You played your part well. But as you'll see, I don't need you anymore.
But the next item on the agenda that Samurai Drew 36 wanted to bring up is, why were the Celestial Dragons in God Valley? And that's actually a very good point, because Grand Line Review, all hail, also had a very interesting comment and video on that a few days ago, where he actually made the point, the Celestial Dragons do not like being on earthly ground. So you would think that there would be no reason for them to be in God's Valley. I personally think that the reason they don't like being on the ground anymore is because of the incident that happened in God Valley.
Yes.
Well played.
Which led to this new dance of it.
Yeah, you know,
dang.
God Valley. I think God Valley was maybe another branch of Marijoa, or maybe it was the former Marijoa.
I agree.
At one point, but I'm leaning more towards like it's another branch of Marijoa, and maybe it was attacked, and then all the rest of the Celestial Dragons in the God Valley moved up to Marijoa, and that's where they live now. But I'm leaning more towards that theory. Because if not, why will rocks attack the place?
Exactly.
Either he's planning to attack both. Either he was planning to attack both God Valley and Marijoa, or if that was the former Marijoa, then he was planning to attack there alone and kill all of them.
Yeah, I do think that they would have had to originally been there for Rocks to attack the location, especially because if he wants to take over the world, then that would make complete sense for him to attack the location where the Celestial Dragons are. And I mean, come on, it's called God Valley. They think of themselves as gods. Like,
they are the Celestial Dragons. They are the proclaimed gods.
Yes. So it's one of those things where I go back to how Oda named the waiters, the people who are waiting for the devil fruit, the pleasures, the ones who didn't get the ability are now can only laugh, so they're always pleasurable, and then the gifters who were granted the gift. Like, he has that. He has the naming system where we're just like, oh my god, I can't believe he actually pulled it off. But more times than not, it's very basic and very straightforward, and it's just like, yeah, that makes sense why they were called gifters, waiters, and pleasures. So God Valley, if it's the land of the gods, makes more sense for it to be named that.
Yeah. Also, we already know that the Celestial Dragons don't like living with the rest of the humans, so they have their own remote location where they all live, just like Marijoa.
What does that have to do with it?
No. He's got a point.
Even if they come out, for example, the way they wear that balloon, or as Tekken said, it looks like a Tekken said the head looks like a dick.
I don't think I've ever noticed that. Because the bubble makes them look like a phallus. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So even when they come out, they don't like breathing. They proclaim that they don't breathe human air. They have their own air that they breathe. So you see that's the reason they are always in in a secluded place.
Okay. So, I'm going to throw out a crazy Drew one.
Oh boy, here we go.
We're gonna go off the deep
Drew.
Okay, so let's tie it all together. Okay, so Eneru went to the moon. We still have to contend with that there's space involved. That Celestial Dragons do wear space suits, and and there's multiple moons. There's something going on. And what happens if God Valley is a space station?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
It seems like all the Yonko, they know the truth of the world, whatever that means. And it seems like that would be like the cartoon seeing the painter write the cartoon or whatever would be like, oh, there's a space station here. We're just like one of these Earths, basically. And yeah, so Rock's gained to control the space station. That would be my wild theory. Or tried to.
Do you think the space station is like highly equipped with all the technical doodads, or is like a basic One Piece level like?
Okay. Dr. Evil style. It's like hidden in the mountains, and this big dome opens up, and then the spaceship comes up. And it looks just like
Samurai Drew.
it looks just like a 1980s spaceship, like totally regular looking, and it's just like a regular ass spaceship. You know, I think that's what I imagine.
Well, if there's space, we know that there's space travel in One Piece, so we can't necessarily just be like that would never happen. The methodology I find very interesting, but other than that,
Yeah, Drew is the most creative guy among us. He's like, we're gonna give you an award of our creative director from now on.
he is the creative director.
I'm not worthy. Not worthy.
So one would say that he is the.
You are 100% worthy.
So are we the imposters then, since he's among us, or how does that work?
Oh shit, man. Don't know.
Yeah, I like the idea of. The idea makes sense that that it's like a not necessarily. Oh, I could see it being the satellite on the ground location for the space station.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
It would just be very interesting.
You know Gurren Lagann, right? Oh, sorry, keep going.
No, I'm just thinking about who would, like, there would be Vegapunk that would be smart enough to be able to create technologies like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about all the scientists that, in the One Piece world, that would be good for this, potentially.
Okay, so we have Gurren Lagann, right? Where you start, if you haven't seen it, please just mute me for a bit. So Green, have you seen Gurren Lagann? Oh, never mind. Just forget it. No, all I was gonna say is that, you know, it's one of those stories that starts like so minimalist, and then is this huge galactic universal struggle, basically. And yeah, that's what I see for One Piece would be so cool. It's just like break the ceiling and just go like straight through to like galactic warfare. Boom! And it's like,
You're really trying to make sure that Oda isn't able to ever retire, aren't you? Like, we finally beat Imu, and then we have to go fight the moon.
What's that? It's a good.
I don't think Oda is that creative.
Excuse me.
I think he's that creative. I just don't think he wants to do that because that would literally be like a 10-year saga. Luffy would go. We all know Luffy would. Oh my goodness, Luffy would definitely go. Huh. And there are multiple moons.
Not a hesitation or a second thought.
So, and going back to why the Celestial Dragons were even in God Valley, it makes sense that the three devils, and Grand Line Review talked about this as well. Technically, from the eyes of the Celestial Dragons, it was a battle of three devils. Because they didn't know Roger's name at this point, but he was a D. They knew Garp's name because he was a D. And then you had Zebek, so it's a battle of three devils, which is pretty cool.
Whoa.
I hope we get some type of update, feedback later on of how it went down, because my imagination's fairly good. And in the last anime episode, we did see a young Garp, which I was not ready for. That was wild. Like a young Garp with brown hair. That was interesting too. It was like, what is this? That's a little wild.
And they even added a few more scenes for the God Valley flashback.
Oh,
Which
I know. Yeah, it looked
that was really cool. Real quick, for all those who are still in the stream, don't forget to go ahead and give us a like really quick. It really helps us out, and hopefully it'll help us grow more on bringing more people, because we'll be doing this for like another hour and 15 probably. But sorry, back to the topic again.
Yeah, like it or else. Okay, there you go. I think that
It was
motivated.
very aggressive. That was very aggressive.
Okay. So, spaceship confirmed. I think we can move on.
Confirmed. We are confirmed that there's a spaceship there, huh?
You're entirely bonkers.
Yes, I think we can pencil that in. At least something with a spaceship. Come on. And something has to connect these moons and this. Yeah, there's space involved. There's space.
I do not doubt that there is space travel, but I'm not necessarily sure how I feel about them being at God Valley. Now, it does make sense that after this all happened, why they don't like being around normal people, as well as why it's on the top of Amarrion, which is basically the hardest place to get to in the entire world. So they learned their lesson, and that's why they're...
Except for Fisher Tiger.
True.
It was like, I'm gonna be the next Superman.
No, well, he was forced, because remember, he was captured and he escaped. Like, that was it.
Escaped,
It wasn't. He didn't.
He went back. After he escaped, he went back to something.
But that's a lot different than what I'm perceiving as Rox's motivation. He was more of a rescue mission and recon to a place he's already been to. Rox was like, I'm taking over the world.
The world.
The world. The world.